Okay, folks, we are back and we are here for another episode of the Weekly Challenge. And we are faced with an interesting choice on our first board of day 3. Pass 1 spade. We're playing match points and obviously a non-best hand because we have a 9 count here. We have an interesting hand. We have a suit that we would not normally preempt with, but we have a special circumstance also. We know partner's a passed hand. We happen to have 7 hearts. We would only necessarily need 6 to make our preemptive bid of 3 hearts here. We could also just bid 2 hearts and then 3 hearts, but really, I think if we have a preemptive hand and we know partner's a passed hand, we should take the opportunity to preempt. I'm going to do this, and here's the downside is if they end up playing something where we're going to get a heart lead when maybe a diamond and a club or a club would be better, right? We might be taking our partner off of a good lead for us. The other downside is, you know, we could, well, whatever. The big downside is our suit is terrible, basically. Let's just make it simple. The upside, however, is the preemptive nature of the bid, and also that our hand is disguised to the opponents. A good opponent is not going to put us on the ace of diamonds and king of clubs in a situation like this, which if the opponents end up playing this, and if you're playing in a real game with reasonable opponents, you may have tricked them a little bit into playing a certain way when it gets to them. So we've done our best, folks. We've tried our best to preempt them out of their agreed upon spot or their best location, and they bid 4 spades in our face. We're not going to preempt. We're vulnerable, if you notice over here. That is a bad spot, right? They're not vulnerable. 420 down 2 vulnerable is minus 500 if we're doubled. So we never take that amount of risk. We're just going to have an easy lead, jack of hearts. And yeah, they have the best heart suit, the opponents. Not surprising considering our suit. We're hoping that the hearts are breaking badly for. We hope our partner doesn't have very many hearts. Is what I'm saying. The more hearts partner has, the more pitches they're going to get. Okay, good, nice. They had only a stiff heart, which means they get only 1 pitch on the heart over there, which they were always going to get. And they pitch a diamond, which we will take. And now we have to recognize one really important thing, folks. We can't lead hearts, all right? This situation is very important defensively, and it's something that a lot of people miss. This side is out of hearts, and we also know that this side is out of hearts. And they both have trumps left. We're playing in spades. So the one thing you have to understand, you can never, ever lead is hearts, because that, folks, is what's called a sluff and a ruff. We would allow them to pitch a loser from their hand while trumping over here or vice versa, and we are never going to do that. Sometimes it can be right, and you may be able to figure those things out later on in a hand. But here, I'm just exiting the ace of diamonds. And notice, it's okay that got roughed. A lot of people say, oh, no, they roughed my ace. Well, you won your jack first, right? You got the diamond trick you were entitled to unless you let it originally. So when you play your ace there and they rough, that's good, right? What you've done is you've kept yourself from giving away a trick by doing something else, right? And notice we won the 9 of clubs, and now partner's returning a diamond. They're trumping again. We're just forcing them to rough in their hand, and now they have to lead out of their hand. At the end here, because our partner is just letting us win this king, we're forced to give this sluff and ruff, but it looks like Declare just had normal rough type finish anyway here. So this is good stuff. And that's minus 170, but take a look, folks. This is not minus 170, minus 420. What are we going to do, right? How do we beat this? Well, I guess a diamond lead would have beaten it. Yep, we had to lead a diamond or a club, I guess. Either one would be fine. Both seemed wildly just unsafe at this point. However, you can see we can definitely beat this thing. I wonder if they did. I wonder if they bid 3 hearts with my hand. It's kind of tough to choose to lead either of these into the person that opened the bidding and then the 4 spade bidder on the left. This one's interesting. It's a tough bid, right? You can't really bid 4 hearts with this hand, right? Because that would be like 13 plus points in support for spades. So this player just makes a reasonable 4 spade bid, and it's wide ranging like this because of our preemptive bid that kind of restricted their options. So, you know, in hindsight, obviously I wish I let a diamond or a club, but I'm not going to get in there with this. I guess if we pass this hand, I don't know. I guess it's going to go a spade past 3 spades, 4 spades, something like that. And notice the 6-card spade suit. That's a happy accept. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't get to 4 spades. I don't know. Maybe our 3-heart bid kind of creates this auction for them. We'll find out. We'll find out. All right, here we go. Okay, second hand. We've had a few of these terrible hands, and now it goes a club double. I'm happily passing here, folks. I don't want to show any values. This is just a Q bid. It says, hey, partner, I have a good hand. I'm not sure where we're going to play. Partner's double. Don't think this is takeout, folks. This should be clubs. Yeah, good. A lot of people see this and they panic. Oh, partner's asking me to bid. No. This is a way that they can say, hey, they're Q bidding my suit. I actually have a real suit, right? I didn't open this with only 3 cards looking for some sort of major suit fit in your response. I have a real club suit. We don't have to bid. We're happy to defend 2 clubs with partner having a whole bunch of clubs. And now they bid our 5-card major. Let's go, folks. All right, sweet. We're just going to discourage here. But it's okay. We expect, I was going to say, we expect them to take their other club, but, oh, well, here they're going to find out some bad news. Maybe not right away, but pretty soon. And we know that the robot's very likely to get that sort of play right. They can figure out what's going on in these situations. Guess we'll pitch a diamond there. And we're going to take the last 2 tricks for Don Juan, folks. Boom, boom. All right. They got 1 level too high. I don't see anything weird happening here, either here or at the other table. So this one looks like it's a pretty normal result. Let's just take a look at what happened around the table there. Partner makes the best bid they can, right? They open a club. And I want you to recognize that when East doubles and South passes, our hand passes, we've shown a bad hand, right? We're still going to respond normally in this situation with 6+ points. We're going to make our normal bid is what I'm saying over the double. The double shouldn't influence what you do other than when you have good hands, you might consider redoubling or doing something conventional if you have those methods. But here, we just pass, right? We're happy to just let this go, let them find their thing. We know left-hand opponent's going to be bidding. So when it goes 2 clubs, double, we don't have to bid again either. Hey, partner has a lot of clubs. Let's let them play some clubs, right? So here, this is always a spot where you don't have to bid again. And in fact, if you did, you would be doing the opposite of what's good for your side. All right, folks, let's see where we're starting. Oh, finally going to have a reasonable hand to open with. Let's see what we do with it tomorrow, folks. We have 2 days left. 4 boards left. Maybe we can get dealt some cards toward the end of this non-best hand match point tournament. Board 5, board 5 might be bad. If they did beat this, or if they didn't get to it through some vehicle in the auction, maybe we get a bad score here. But the good thing is this is match points, so this would just be a loss, right? It's like win, lose, or tie in match points, essentially. Here, this would be 1 loss. It wouldn't mean, hey, that's minus 8 imps or 10 imps. Yeah, it's just 1 loss, and hopefully we can make it up in some of those other good hands we have earlier. So we'll see what we do, folks. And the rest of the challenge, I'll see you for it the rest of the week.